So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but overall, big picture, obviously on the left side of the quadrant, if you draw a line down the middle, on the left side of the quadrant is active income, where time is equal to money. And on the right side is where you have assets or investments, which create you income. So the goal with most individuals, if they have that goal of financial freedom or financial flexibility, is to figure out a way to get from the left side, where 99+% of the world starts, to getting to the right side of the quadrant. So you have choices in life. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to make billions of dollars, per year. This doesn't mean that you have to, do anything crazy. This just means that you want choices in your life. Maybe you want to have the ability to say, hey, you know what? I want to, cut back on my hours at work because I want to be with my family more. Or maybe you want to bring your wife home or your husband home from work because you want them to be with the kids more. Whatever those goals are, again, it all comes back to the why. So the way that we do that is very simple. We encourage you in this opportunity not to quit your job right away. But what we do is we say, keep the job that you have that you're working on, but start a business in your spare time. There's multiple ways to create income, but if you just keep getting job after job after job, again, you have a limited amount of time in your day and you have a limited amount of effort that you can put in. But when you start a business, you have the ability to scale that business to a larger business. You have the ability to duplicate yourself. And with the help of mentors in this opportunity or any opportunity, but this in particular, you can learn how to scale your business in your part-time so that eventually it might be 6 months from now, it might be 2 years from now, it might be 5 years from now, or even longer. But eventually you're going to get to a point, if you follow the education and you don't quit, where your assets from your entrepreneurial journeys are going to start to outweigh the income coming from your job. And again, imagine if you were making $60,000 in your job, $60,000 in your business, you'd probably have a lot more choices in your life. There might be certain situations that you're facing right now that could be solved by a little bit of extra income, or maybe it'll make life a little bit easier. Or maybe you want to quit your job and be a full-time entrepreneur and pursue your passions or travel the world. But it's difficult to do those things if you're just in the E quadrant. Nothing wrong with it, but to achieve higher levels of success or to have more choices in life, it's a little bit difficult if you stay in the E quadrant forever. Again, you can be there and be in the B quadrant. You can be in multiple quadrants at once. But to create those choices in your life that all three of the people up here mentioned, you have to diversify. You have to create other streams of income that don't just depend on your effort anymore. And that's kind of what we're going to teach you guys here tonight. So to jump into the second slide, this also might look familiar to some of you, might look unfamiliar to others of you, but this is basically the difference between the industrial age of doing business and the information age, which is what we do. What most people do in their life is, let's say this is you. This is you if you're sitting here watching this presentation. What you do, or what I do, or what most people do, is they spend time working at a job to make income, whether it's salary or hourly rate, whatever it might be. And with that income, you go to somebody else's store to buy products and services that you need to survive: food, clothing, shelter, snacks, laundry detergent, shampoo, toothpaste, all the essentials of life. And the reason why people very rarely get ahead by just staying in this model is because you're always building somebody else's asset. There's very little money left over from the products and services that you buy to be able to save things up and be able to build upon that. So what we teach is we say, keep the job that you have, but think about it. What if we could show you a way to stop spending money at other people's stores and making them rich, but to learn how to redirect that money into your own business? So the same maybe $300, $500, $1,000 a month that you're already spending, what if you could spend that money in your own business on your own products and services, which I'll talk about in the next slide. And now, instead of building Jeff Bezos's asset or, Walmart's asset or Costco's asset or whoever asset you're building, you can start to build your own asset. You can start to get a little piece of the pie instead of somebody else getting a piece of the pie. That's the idea that we have that we can help you guys create for yourselves, is a way for you to redirect your anyway money to start building an asset for yourself. And again, think about it. If you're spending money every single month on products and services, I'm sure you have friends, family, relatives, coworkers that are doing the same thing. Everybody, at least in America, I know, buys products at the grocery store, goes to, eats out for food, and even all over the world. So imagine if you just got a small percentage of your friends and family to start shopping at your store, at your business, instead of shopping at, the big name brands that you see all over the world. Just let's say somebody's spending $500 a month. Imagine if just 5 people that you know redirected that $500 a month into your business. That's $2,500 a month now going into your business, building your asset versus building somebody else's asset. And you're not asking anybody to spend over and above what they're already doing. You're just teaching them how to support a small business owner like yourself versus maybe some of these larger businesses that don't even know them. So that's kind of the basic idea. I hope that that's clicking with some of you guys. And then the next step that we teach you is how to build your own network. Again, as with every business, businesses expand on networks. Businesses expand by exposure to other people. So just like how McDonald's started with one location and now has tens of thousands, is the same way that you could start with just one website like this, but expand with other like-minded individuals like you see here on tonight's call. I'm sure other people just like the people on the call who are looking for other ways of making money. With the recession happening, with inflation, all of that, everyone I feel like could use an extra couple $100 per month, if not more. And imagine if you were to be that, like Rama and Erwin and everybody mentioned, imagine if you could be that impact in somebody's life to be like, hey, I know times are tough, but hey, why don't I show you an opportunity and I'm willing to help you achieve it? Imagine, going up to Vanessa, a single mom who's looking for an opportunity and being the one to say, hey, you know what, here's an opportunity that I think might help you out. And you know what, I'll help you build it as well. I'll help you impact other people as well. Imagine not only just the monetary benefit, but the, emotional and, community benefit as well. So that's the concept that we teach is we say, let's teach you how to invest a little bit of your spare time, maybe 10 to 15 hours a week, to build a network, which can also generate you income. So to kind of recap, to bring it all together, you're still making income from your job. You're not quitting that. You're not dropping that off. But again, instead of spending money at other people's businesses, we teach you how to develop your own asset. And in your spare time, we teach you how to expand and help other people do the exact same thing. And in the process of expanding and growing your business, again, eventually your business income could potentially start to out-earn your job income or your E-quadrant income. And that's when you begin to have choices. Again, if you choose to quit your job, that's up to you. But you could have multiple streams of income. You could start to give away money to charities. You could do, again, it's all about your goals or your dreams. If you have a certain set, idea of what you want to do, maybe you have family members you want to give money to, or, nephews or nieces that are about to go to college that, their parents don't have money set aside. Maybe you could be that person to help them out. But again, you have to go out and achieve something. You have to go out and create that, and obviously when you do that, they're obviously going to be very thankful, so that's the concept. If you understand that, the rest of tonight's meeting, the last 15 to 20 minutes,